I don't think you can find another team that's taken as big of a step back on paper as the Niners. I mean, all the starters they've lost. We can go through it real quick, but Javarius Ward, Talanoa Hufanga, Dre Greenlaw, Leonard Floyd, Malik Collins, Javon Hargrave, Debo, Aaron Banks, Jalen Moore. I mean, on and on and on. A bunch of starters on a team that was 6-11 last year. Yes, some guys were hurt and are coming back. Almost $85 million in dead cap space, and yet they're still considered. I mean, do you think the expectation should be that they should make the playoffs, or is this like, you know what, they're resetting? The organization understands if they go 7-10 this year, it's okay because they're looking at the big picture.
When you say expectations, whose expectations are you talking about? My expectations, the fans,
the organization's expectations. The organization's expectations.
I think as long as Christian McCaffrey is healthy, their expectations should be to make the playoffs, especially with this schedule. And I feel that way too. I think Christian McCaffrey is going to be the determining factor on this team. You know, they still have the same offensive line that got them essentially. I mean, no Aaron Banks, but outside of that, essentially the same offensive line that got them to the Super Bowl. They still have Christian McCaffrey. They upgraded to me by getting rid of Debo Samuel. So offensively, as long as Brock's healthy, as long as Christian McCaffrey's healthy, they should have high expectations for that offense. What they do on the defensive interior and what Robert Saleh is able to pull out of like D winners, that's going to determine like how good the defensive is. But yeah, I mean, their expectations should be that we get to the playoffs. Now, I don't know if they expect to win the Super Bowl this year.
No, but I do think they expect to make the playoffs. And I think what the organization, that the owners are going to say to Kyle is like, we don't care. I mean, we gave you all this money. You did nothing with it. You won 6 games. Now we're slashing prices, but we're not. I mean, slashing spending, but we're not getting rid of your whole team. Like you just said, you have a lot of your key players, and yeah, there's a ton of dead cap, and that doesn't help, you know, obviously. But the Rams had that. The Rams had that 2 years ago, and won 10 games, went to the playoffs, lost to the Lions by 1 point in the first round. Clearly, they were on the upswing, and then they did it again last year. 10-7, went to the divisional round. Last year, the Bills had more than $75 million in dead cap space. They won 13 games. They went to the AFC Championship game. So if Kyle's a really good coach, and with this schedule, he should be able to win 10 games, go to the playoffs, and be competitive. And if he does that, he'll be fine. But if he wins 7 games and misses the playoffs, I think the organization can say, well, we put you in a similar position to Sean McDermott and Sean McVay, and you couldn't come through. So maybe you're not as good as them.
There's 2 players on this team, and if they go down for long periods of time, they're kind of screwed because they don't have the depth as of right now. Maybe they'll pull up some rookies, but if Christian McCaffrey doesn't stay healthy this year, that contract looks awful, and the 49ers might struggle offensively again. Also, Trent Williams, they lost Jalen Moore, who ended up being a good backup for Trent Williams. Who's going to be the backup for Trent Williams if Trent Williams can't play this year, if he goes down with an injury? Those 2 guys are the key to me for the 49ers to have success this year. Trent has to stay healthy. Christian McCaffrey has to stay healthy for the 49ers to have any shot of success. And if they don't, that's Kyle's, boom, here's my excuse, you know?
That's true. I think also there's a lot of pressure on Brock. Like, he's probably going to get paid a lot of money, probably at a certain point. And it's not like they're going to trade him and then all of a sudden pivot to spending a bunch of money on other players that they would have been spending on Brock. Like, they're slashing their spending, and Brock's going to be here, and he's going to be probably pretty expensive. And they're going to say, well, you know, this is what it takes to have a franchise quarterback, and he's going to have to elevate the team, like Stafford did with the Rams the last couple of years, and Allen did with the Bills the last couple of years when their top wide receiver is Khalil Shakir. Problem is, we've seen Brock try to elevate a team. He can't. He's not that kind of quarterback. He had to elevate the team last year, and in close games in the second half, he made big mistakes, big turnovers, big interceptions. So I just feel like you're going to be really disappointed instantly with that contract this year because you're gonna learn what you already know about Brock Purdy.
Yeah, he's strong. I mean, his second year or his first full year, Brock looked pretty damn good. But then last year did not look very good. So there's got to be some apprehensiveness from the 49ers and wanting to pay Brock that contract. And imagine they pay him that big contract and his agent does a good job negotiated and he's 50 plus million. And then Purdy comes out and looks like he did last year or worse. That could be a big problem. And then
why wouldn't he? Christian McCaffrey coming back will help, but he's not going to be out there forever. He's getting older. He gets hurt and dinged up. He's a running back. And again, we've seen what Brock looks like without McCaffrey, without Ayuk. It's not that great.
And if I'm Jed York right now, I'm like questioning everything. I'm questioning whether I want Kyle to be my long-term. Like this is year 9 for Kyle.
Yeah.
Like if you don't make the playoffs this year, you got to go. So I don't want to commit to a quarterback if the coach might be gone, right?
That's right.
And with Brock, there's so many questions. Is he healthy? Can he stay healthy? What's the real Brock Purdy look like? Is it the guy we saw last year? Is it the guy we saw the year before? Or is it something in between or worse? Like we really don't know. There's a lot of stuff that Jed York needs to be cautious with before he commits to, in my opinion.
Yeah, it almost seems like the Niners, to me, Kyle should be on the hot seat now. But with the extensions they've given out, like 2 years to use check, it almost feels like it's 2 more years. We're going to reset, and we're going to give you 2 drafts. We're not spending any more on players, and we'll see how you do. But
this contract,
this is a mini reset, and we'll keep the older players. But we could do a full-on rebuild in a couple of years, get rid of all these older guys that you're friends with, and you, and Brock, and go a totally different direction. So, 2 years. I think that's 2 years. I think it's too much, but I think that's what it looks like.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's when Kyle Shanahan's contract is over. 2 more years.
I don't even know. Is that right?
Yeah. So it lines up.
Oh, see, that's another thing. I don't think the Niners want to fire Kyle Shanahan because firing coaches is expensive. You have to hire another one. His salary is guaranteed. He could always just not work for a year just to spite you and get your money. And to be controversial because everyone thinks he'd be so good and you get another job when he wants it. Where you could just say, you know what? He walked away. We mutually parted ways. The contract was up. Do that.
Yeah, it's interesting.
That's what the Eagles did with Andy Reid.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see. I mean, Juice, Mac Jones, both 2 years. Kyle, I think, has 2 more years on the contract.
When does Kyle Shanahan's contract expire? I'm asking Google's.
I'm pretty sure.
Shanahan was linked through. I don't know. I might have to ask Grok that question. You think Grok would know?
I'm pretty sure.
2026? 2026. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Well, could be wrong. It's happened.
Could be right. It could be right too.
Once or twice. I've been wrong before.